Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Down. 60 outlaw. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Corey Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. 14, Saints 10.
Ready. Yellow lady. You kill. Hey, wahoo. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
I got you. 11. Hey, Charlie. Alert 3. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Check three. Check nine. Hey, Alabama.
On first down, it's Grant, and he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Corey Grant with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a first and 10. Now Breeze. Forced out to his left. And his pass incomplete.
And my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Hey, easy.
Breeze again here on second and 10. Going for the deep ball. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
He's going deep for Brown. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
From just shy of midfield, Brady going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Brings up second and 10 at the 7-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. This will be caught by Brown. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Saints on third down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Mike 20. You're not ready. You're good. Mike 4, ready. Switch.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. is not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. An 18-yard touchdown grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Ready.
The Saints on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
13. Mike over. Mike 54.
Here's Breeze to throw. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. As time. Davis now to return it. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Hey, Delta. Hey, pick your game up. Hey, check Mike 47.
Brady now on 1st down. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Check.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Alert.
They will run with Grant. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Wait, set. Wait, 20. Sugar, sugar. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. March 22, March 22. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 41 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go. 47 is the mic. Be a long game for you. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Alert. Check. 47 is the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47. Regular.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is a modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Gay's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He's heavy on the edges. He's checking. Crash. Tighten up. Hey, easy. Here we go. Good eye.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
The gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Ready. 95-56. Over. That's trash. That's trash. 12. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. 25. Check 25. Check 20. Sammy. Check. Easy. Opposite. He's coming. Touch.
Breeze now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And Gibbs got it. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Ready? 30 base. We taking wins home. Shoot.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Hey, easy. There we go, Mike 20. Good. 5-4, ready, touch.
Throwing now is Breeze. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 19-yard line.
Wait, that.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Easy. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
On first down, Grant. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Wait, that. Ready? 12-50. 47's the mark, boy. 47. Check. Hey, echo. Hey, what's the check it?
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
72. Hey, Alpha. Check Mike 47. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. You remember me? You remember me?
From the gun, it's Brady. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Ginn. Return there, give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Yellow waiting. 54, Mike, 54. Watch the pass.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Again, it's Kamara. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
0-2. Hey, Haywood.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Breeze now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here.
Check 43. Under 10. Smooth. Tight dog.
Breeze going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Breeze dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And let's see, the box was 6 DB, so a dime set here on 3rd down.
Greystone, travel. Shift. Out. Protein spill. Twist. Look. Squeeze. Fight.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
Different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
72. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Alpha.
They'll run it here with Logan. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Brady. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16, 1st down, Tampa Bay. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Motion. No, 66. Bravo. It's on field.
Operating from the gun, Brady. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 14 yards there, and a Buccaneer 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. They run it again with Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. The Saints on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. 21.
Now Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Check right. Hey, 66. March 47. Watch the pass.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The 40, 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone, and the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Bree's going to try and throw on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. He's at the 30, 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
152 fighter. Snap.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
I feel like we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Undercut. Easy. Hey, 166.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
You got him. You got him.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Gotta do better. Sugar.
On play action, now Brady. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Check.
This is Grant. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Pulled in at the 24. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Checking in on Houston. It's in the 4th quarter there. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win, if they can get it, would be their 1st on the year.
21. Hey, box truck. Mike 54. Mike's 54. Mike's 53. I can't believe they let you play.
Now Breeze. Well, this is caught by Ginn. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Sammy. Hey, easy. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Five. I got you. Right there. 54. Right there.
He's back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's not going to get me. Shit. Hey, check 24.
Breeze to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man. It's Brown. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Easy. 50. Kill. Hey, Charlie. I'm coming for you.
Back to throw, Breeze. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They'll run on first down. It's Grant. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception, and we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Tampa Bay, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I